podcast in association with TC Cars. TC Cars won Birmingham's Taxis 2019. Book by app or by phone today. So it's podcast in association with TC Cars. This is another MMA podcast. I'm with Dave, Tosh Coady.
What's good?
We've got a big event coming up the weekend, haven't we, lads?
Can't wait, man.
It's a nice one.
It's a year in the making.
A year in the making.
I can't believe all the fights that are going to be going on over the next 4 or 5 months, because it's just Christmas present after Christmas present after Christmas present. It's just like, it's like an advent calendar, isn't it? It's just like,
oh, Santa Dane has been hard at work.
Yeah.
Giving
Do you think this
presents.
COVID has like kind of, even though like we've had to go so long without fights, do you think it's helped because like now we've got loads of fights coming in.
Brilliant.
We've got every car stacked.
Yeah.
Like we've got the fight night this week. Yeah. We've got the fight night this weekend. Obviously, we'll cover each fight. Well,
Can we just elaborate that it's a fight night?
This is a fight
it's
night.
It's not a UFC.
Fight night.
You ready? So I'll just go from... We've got Holland versus Stewart. We've got Walker versus Spann. We've got Chimaev versus... How do you say it? Meerschaert.
Meerschaert.
I always wreck one, don't I? And then you got Cowboy versus Price. And then at the top of the bill, Covington versus Woodley. Is that like...
It's a good match, baby.
Could be a normal...
You can look at it as half an insult as well, can't you?
In regards to
the fighters, they're like, this card is worthy of a UFC. Whatever. Why are you giving us a fight?
I think it's getting to that point now where the divisions are getting so deep that they can't fit just the best fighters on there. Like they're spilling over into all the fight nights now. It's not a matter of like, okay, we'll see where you are, and then if you're ready for like a pay-per-view, then we're gonna put you on a UFC.
And especially because of the COVID, everyone's been out.
Yeah.
So now everyone's been out. Everyone wants to fight now. So we've got the only places we can fill you up.
Hungry.
There's some work on the fight night for you.
And everyone's
got to get paid.
Snapping it.
Everyone's got to get paid.
I'm loving the fast turnover of some of the fighters they're giving them. They're giving them just quick fights. Like Brian Kelleher, like I love him. He's 135. He's had 3 fights already. Like he's just churning them out. Like,
he's getting pushed, and like Chimaev as well. He's getting pushed, and he's got like two fights
in 10 days.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Hasn't he? So he's already
crazy. I've never seen that.
So we had 2 fights already at 2 different weight classes, and within
10 days.
10 days.
How did you get from middleweight down to welterweight in 10 days?
And then by
and to be able to complete a decent level at middleweight, because most of the middleweights in the middleweight divisions, they don't walk around at 185. They're big boys. They're like 200 pounds worth, and then they're cutting that to get down. So it's showing that he's got a skill set that surpasses the weight disadvantage he had at middleweight. So do you know what I mean? So like him down at middleweight, scary business. If he can hang with the middleweights, like he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Do
you think the hype is real then?
We'll see after the next 2.
The next 2 are making it.
I'm not crazy for jumping on. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm lying here. I do like jumping on hype trains, but I'm not with it just at this second.
Yeah.
I think G3 is a really good challenge for him. Someone who's not going to be doing nothing off of their back. Like he's dominated the grappling, but
has he fought any grapplers yet? As of yet,
not in the UFC. The 2 fights he fought against guys who are, they're considered well-rounded. For sure, but look, they lean primarily on striking, and you could see when he got them on the ground that they just didn't want to be there with him.
I think I can't remember which one it was, but in one of the rounds, I think after the first round, second round come, it was like the first round carried on. It was like he put him straight to the floor, and he was
we're back here again. I can't believe this. Get me out of here. Yeah, he's miserable.
That's called deep waters.
Yeah,
and
that's where you learn to swim, I suppose.
We'll drown.
Sink or swim, innit?
Yeah, it does. I think Dana White said about him, he says, I wouldn't usually do this for anyone. He says, but if you've seen what I've seen from him. And I'm like...
I still think, what do you think of it, of him booking two fights, two more fights?
Do you think it's disrespectful to the fighters he's fighting?
Very.
Yeah.
I'd be fucking livid.
Yeah.
If I was a fighter and I was I'm looking to derail a hype train. Not only have you booked a fight for me, you've booked a fight past me with a guy who is higher up the trajectory as me. So basically, what you're telling me is he's going to steamroll me and go straight to Damian Maia, who's obviously former top 5 challenge for the title. He's up there. Do you know what I mean? And like, if you're talking comparisons, G3 would be here, and Damien Moore he's definitely considered on a higher level.
Yeah, of course.
I totally agree. I think it's like so I'm just the doormat to wipe my feet on.
Yeah.
Before you get through the door, then. Yeah.
What they could have.
Is that what you think of me, Dana? So that.
Couldn't he? But he could also take it. I've got. All right, you see me like
that?
I've
got an opportunity here to derail a whole
so you're seeing me like this, yeah? All right, then. Sound.
I think it gives him a massive opportunity.
Gives you a massive boost.
I want Maya next.
Yeah.
If he wins that, he says I want Maya next.
Yeah.
That's not fair, is it? Do you reckon if he did win the fight, G3, do you reckon he would be able to call out Maya and get that fight?
He can't. Different divisions. Maya's a welterweight and G3's a middleweight.
Jesus.
So it's just craziness how he's booked him for 2 fights in 2 different weight divisions against. Oh, it's just
but
mad.
I suppose if he loses, he's still gonna fight Maya, isn't he? So let's just say these are 2 careers.
No.
I think it would be hard to make a case for it once he loses. But if they're booking him in, before the fight's happened, how can they then go back on themselves if he loses?
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, don't you
but
think
I'm saying depends how he wins. If he wins by decision with hardly any damage, book the Damien Maia fight. But if he loses, like a great knockout.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll get the Damien Maia.
Here's the thing: they've booked the 2 fights.
Yeah, but they are. But don't you see that as like this is his like. You know, sometimes when someone goes up in weight and he says, yeah, he's unbeaten, but he's not really because he lost at the weight below.
Yeah.
Do you think they're like seeing this as like he's picking his division, or do you reckon he was just
trying to see what lane he is?
Yeah.
Basically.
I personally think he's a welterweight. If you can make the welterweight cut on 10 days' notice and you're not Rumble Johnson in it and killing yourself in the sauna, getting dragged to the scales. He looked good at 170. He didn't look depleted in any way, shape or form. He had the gas tank to go. He's a 170 pounder. I don't know what he's doing playing around at 185, but he's making headlines, and it's great for the UFC because
he's making himself a star.
They're building another star, but I just don't see him hanging with the top echelon guys at 185. He's just
smash time.
Yeah, it's just not. I really don't see it happening. He's going to be undersized, and no matter which way you want to cut it, if he can comfortably make 170 in 10 days, he's not optimising himself for 185. Which you can get away with at entry level in the UFC if you are a world class fighter. Do you know what I mean? Like you can put Khabib in against someone at 170, no problem. In the outside the top 15.
Yeah, but you're thinking higher up.
Yeah, but I'm thinking top 10, top 5 guys. It's crazy. I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but I think he's home to 170. He's interesting though. He's interesting for sure.
How high do you think Khabib could go up?
Well, even Daniel Cormier says he can hang with the heavyweights. Hang with the best of them.
He's a huge
guy. Strong. He's not. It's not like he's big. He's strong, physically strong, and he will hold you down.
Yeah.
So I think Khabib can go to any way he wants.
Just the weight
side
of it is the weight side of it. Yeah.
How tall is Khabib? Is he 5'11"?
Should I have a look?
Yeah. He's 5'11".
Is he 5'11"? I think he could go. I think he could go to welterweight.
I think he'd have no problem at all in welterweight.
Yeah, he'd be fine. I think he would be fine at welterweight. But then again, once you go up, the work rate that we see, he's got to carry that extra stone of weight, whether it's muscle or fat, it doesn't matter. He's got to carry that extra stone of weight through all of that cardio base. So that then it might increase his power or his ability to lean on people with his techniques, but it also increases the physical demand of what his body needs to do, and his output will go down. If we strap a weight vest on you, your work rate's going to go down. You've got to play the game differently.
So you'd have to...
But how much will it go down on him? Because they're saying he's that strong. Will it just 10% off him, 20%?
That's the thing. He might be stronger, which makes his grappling even more effective. Which means that he probably won't need to. He won't need to fight as much for the positions. You never know. It could work beneficially for him. He could.
It's good though. He is good, isn't he? I get. I'm in a lot of different groups on Facebook, and I notice he just gets so much hate. I notice all the wrestlers get hate, all of them, and I just
seen a comment today on Facebook. Hate wrestlers, so boring.
I
was so tempted to comment.
It's mixed martial arts. If you want to watch just strikers, go and watch Lion Fight.
Boxing.
Yeah, go and watch boxing. Watch Lion Fight.
Yeah.
Watch Glory. Kickboxing. You see fantastic 3-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds, and you're going to see them
So
blow each
much
other's heads
excitement.
off. Yeah, unorthodox techniques, great striking. If you want to watch a fight with just striking, go and watch a sport that's just striking.
And
it's as simple as that.
There's a you can pay monthly for a pass to watch whatever you want.
Yeah, the
You know what I mean?
So
So if you don't want to watch them wrestlers, just turn off it and go on to, I don't know, K1, Pride, YouTube, something.
I just don't get. I don't get it. Like, we all know that that's what it is now. Like, we all know that the striking. You know, he has all different parts, and if you're a fan of just striking, then just watch just striking. You know,
it's like getting a pack of pick and mix and being like, oh, I've only got 2 jelly babes in here. Flying saucers. I can't deal with flying saucers. Why are they in here?
Yeah.
It's because you got to pick and mix, mate.
Yeah.
You got to pick and mix.
And that's
That's
bag of
what
jelly
it's called,
babies.
mixed martial arts.
There you go.
There we go.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Can we just talk about Andy Rumble Johnson's comeback for a sec, because I am super duper excited for this.
When we were one of our podcasts before, didn't we? I'm sure we mentioned him before, and like, it was something about him being the 1-round fighter. Am I right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I just couldn't remember the convo, but that is so he's gonna come back with
He's
a
in the
bang.
new side of Paul. He's coming back.
Do you think
he's a scary dude, man?
He's the scariest. I feel like they've hyped up Ngannou.
Scarier than Ngannou.
And Ngannou's scary.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But for me, Rumble's scarier.
Yeah.
There's no question in my mind. Rumble is scarier. He's so much more technically sharp and faster. The way he executes his shots.
I agree with that.
It's ridiculous.
He's
the scariest guy.
I'm pretty like, you know, he was there before I was really into it, wasn't he? So I don't really know him. So when you tell me about him, like I'm like, you remember when I'm listening to Joe Rogan who's telling me all about Ben Askren? I hope, but it's not one of them situations. I hope he comes
Andy
back.
Rumble Johnson, it's not even like he's old and he left. He just left to do him. Like, he was at the top of his game. Alright, he lost to DC, he had the title shot. He done his thing. He's doing his thing. Let the man do his thing, but he's not old. No. Take nothing away from it. He's not old and he's still in the game, mate.
Him coming back at heavyweight just...
Am I right in thinking is he the one who had a big chain around his neck?
Oh
no, that was Rampage.
Rampage.
Yeah. He's done.
He's a personality.
But he was still got a good, great fighter.
He was an OG.
He had some wars back in the day.
Yeah. Rumble's a different kettle of fish. The way he throws his strikes, like, it will just end your night. That's
it's
it.
Dead. It's like
Glover, end your night.
It's just dead.
That's it.
Like,
gone.
Is he like, who would you want to see him fight against?
Ngannou.
I'd want to. That's what the hyped fight is, and if we put in money, I'm putting my money straight on Rumble Johnson. No questions asked. I'm not even batting an eyelid.
Imagine if they give it John Jones for his first heavyweight fight.
I feel like
that'd be crazy.
I mean, them two are cool.
And they're both coming back. Not coming back, but, you know, starting again, sort of thing, in a different division. So that'd be good. But I feel like what's going on with the UFC heavyweights at the moment, I feel like everyone wants Ngannou to be the best. Everyone wants
they're pushing him, yeah.
And I just don't feel it's fair on Miocic, because I think people like in these groups. I mean, everyone's saying like, if Ngannou wins the rematch, he's either GOAT, and I'm like, how can that even be a question?
Oh no, it's called a rubber match, and it'll just be 1-1. Wouldn't it?
I don't think he.
Like, you've already got beat by him. Yeah, he hasn't been in any of the guys. I don't get what... Is it because he's just that scary and he's got that power?
I think that he's got that, like you're saying, that star-like appeal, because he's got that. People are specialists. Well. Yeah. The way he looks captivating. He's got a story. He was working in the sand mines in freaking... Is it Cameroon? I think it's Cameroon. Working in sand mines. Like, what a great success story. Yeah. Like, everybody wants him to succeed, so you can see that story play out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it does make sense.
It's a good movie as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you could make that movie. Going from digging sand for 12 hours a day.
Obviously, Francis, if you are watching, we've got a few ideas we want to back around.
Co-directors, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that's no hate against Ngannou, me picking Rumble against him. I think he's great. I think he's still very early in his career.
Do you think against other strikers, Rumble Johnson's the one then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it's someone who's more grapple-wise, Cormier,
Yeah.
So you reckon is
But look, I'm not saying that...
Perfect for casuals then?
Yeah, perfect. This is a casual friendly fight for sure. I think it does still put him in danger. He's still got that fight ending power. And when you're going in and just fighting each other with just hands, or just striking each other and not adding that extra layer to your game, then it's always cards up in the air. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or dice up in the air, whatever you want to call it. I think Meerschaert has obviously he's done it before and he's got the game plan that can completely shut Ngannou out. If you're having a fist fight and you're in that mid to short range with Ngannou, there's always going to be a danger. So there's always that chance
some dynamite going off.
Yeah. Of a leather grenade going off and Rumble falling. But just for me, on how he's entering and the way he's going about it, I don't know. I just feel like Rumble's
But then again, Rumble and Stipe would be such a good fight as well.
Yeah.
Both good strikers. I think Meerschaert played smart and got to his wrestling.
Yeah. And he's shown it.
I think that's what I think they should be doing. I don't think they should be like going to if your advantage in this fight is wrestling, wrestle.
Yeah.
If your advantage in this fight is striking, if it's kicking, you know what I mean? You've got to do it, and it's like people are like trying to pander to fans more.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it is a genuine issue. Like if you look at Leon Edwards, for example, like he's so underrated.
Yeah.
But it's not because of what he's lacking inside the octagon. It's because of what he's lacking outside.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because of the hype and all this, and it all does play into your product as a person. So I do understand that.
There could be people with Leon Edwards. Himself. If you have people with his record, they're superstars.
Yeah.
Superstars. Yeah. Like, he's had one loss.
Yeah. It's like Fergie. He's had that streak for so long, but he's captivating. He'll talk. He's a talker. He's got his shades and blades. And,
loads of shit.
Do you know what I mean? And he's like that inside. I would say that Ferguson's definitely super exciting.
I'd love to get Leon on. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Imagine.
That'd be cool.
We're from Birmingham. You're from Birmingham, Leon. If you're watching, mate.
We're about.
Come on.
That'd be cool.
Do you know what? We'll be in touch today. At the end of this.
We'll drop you an Insta message.
Yeah.
We'll find him.
That's it, definitely. But should we talk about what we're here for then, lads?
Let's get into the card.
The fight night.
Let's get into
the fight night. You know what number is it? You know, it's a fight night.
It's a good time to be an MMA fan.
So I remember even on the way here I was saying Holland versus Stewart. I know neither, so this is all for you.
Yeah, KevinHolland versus Stewart the dentist.
Stewart the dentist?
Yeah. I forgot his first name. Jesus. But I just call him the dentist, so that's why I forget their names. He's the dentist. He's a striker from the UK, so he's an English fighter. He's got great power in his hands. He comes forward.
One to get behind.
And yeah, definitely he's good. He's had a few fights. Oh, I love KevinHolland. He's such an entertaining fighter. He's so entertaining. He talks in that so much.
No, I was going to say, is it annoying because of Stewart being English?
Yeah.
And with UFC, with UFC, there's obviously there's not going to be that many English people in there. It's just lucky that we've got a few in there, haven't we?
Yeah.
But so it's more of American base, isn't it? Really. Yeah. So when we see someone of our own, and then when they're getting put in with one of our favourites, you're like,
it's hard, you're torn. So I couldn't even really give who I want to win with my heart, but I'm just going to enjoy watching this fight because Holland is unorthodox. You're going to see something that you haven't seen before with regards to just how the fight's going to play out.
Yeah.
Like, he loves talking. He's talking to the refs, or he's playing around. He's very free in there, which is refreshing to see. Like, do you know what I mean?
He's not stiff.
No, you want to express yourself.
So that's where he lives. That's his home.
He's just chilling. I just enjoy watching him fight. So any fight that KevinHolland's fighting, I just enjoy it.
And why is Stewart called a dentist?
Blowing teeth out.
Blowing teeth.
Yeah, he's called the dentist because he's
teeth go across the octagon.
Yeah, he's got hammers.
And it's happened.
Yeah, well, I don't know if teeth are flying actually. Yeah. I need to check that, but
yeah, they've got to if he's called the dentist.
Yeah. He's took a few people out. Yeah, he's an executioner for sure.
And where are they careers wise? Are they?
To be fair, I'm quite surprised that Holland's fighting Stewart. To be fair, I thought that Stewart was more on the entry level of the UFC. He's had a few fights, and I thought Holland was a little bit higher up the ladder. I feel like he
probably wants to push Stewart a bit more, or trying to get people just
or
ranking
just
fights.
or
They're just
fights,
ranking
yeah.
fights.
I feel like with the COVID, it's kind of cool because you're seeing this kind of land of opportunity playing itself out where people are just throwing themselves.
Or an island of opportunity.
Island of opportunity. You know, that's it, mate.
Is this also not because it's not ranked, and this is a good to get them both fights, isn't it? So you know, and also even though they're different, you know, levels. They could still be the same ability, can't they? So is this playing for more of a 50-50 fight rather than playing for the just, you know, building someone up?
Yes, because Holland likes to take risks as well. It's by no means to say that Holland's skill set's way outweighing the dentists. It's just to say that this is where they are on their paths, you know, where they are on the time scale, you know what I mean, and how they've matched up with
Holland,
people.
with all his fun things, I think he could leave him exposed to a hammer from.
So it's you know like the sort of fighter I like, you know, like I like Walker, I like Pereira.
You love Holland.
So
he's in with those guys.
I love Michel Pereira.
I feel like
for him, big yourself up.
I'm a bit of a I like the fun side of it, and I love them mad little throws and
those. Yeah, he's in that category. Not necessarily to say, they've got identical skill sets. It's to say that they're free in the octagon. Ferguson's in that group as well. Yeah. He's just free in there. He's just like, let's try this.
Just another workout.
Yeah, you could see Pettis as well. Pettis, he's definitely more fundamental, but he's got that freedom as well. You know, diving off of cages, Superman punches off the back of the cage, just things like that.
I swear there's a kick named after him. When you come off the cage.
The Showtime kick. Yeah, that's Pettis.
I heard it and I was like, is that named after Andy Pettis? And it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's after Pettis. It's
about
Ben Henderson.
Ben Henderson with that in it.
And what is that like? Just jumping off the cage?
Jumps off the cage and comes around
and
and turns him. Head kick.
I think it was in the 5th round of a title fight, knocked him out.
Yeah,
but dived off the cage.
It was epic, mate. That's epic.
That's good.
You need to YouTube that.
I've definitely got loads of gifts of that. Definitely. Yeah. There's gifts everywhere.
There's loads.
Yeah.
So we should go on to the next fight then.
Yeah. Which
is one of my favourite fighters. Got Walker versus Spann.
RyanSpann versus
RyanSpann.
I didn't know who Spann was. So
I've seen him briefly. He's had a couple of fights in the UFC. He's come off the Contenders series. He's well rounded. I'm not sure on his background, to be fair, because I'm coming in here cold. But he's well rounded, and he's shown that he keeps his fundamentals intact. He's not too crazy or sporadic. And then on the other side, you've got Walker, who's the complete opposite. The complete opposite.
Do you think Walker's going to be a bit more conceded because of the Corey Anderson knockout? Going into this fight?
That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. I think his fighting style is definitely a reflection of his personality, and that's the case with most people.
Do you reckon he'll just stick to his guns then?
I think I hope he comes out the same as he has. Maybe a bit more conservative, a bit more leaning into his fundamentals.
Hopefully Cavan has taught him a couple of things as well.
Yeah, he has gone over to Ireland, hasn't he?
Yeah. Do you even know he's in the Conor McGregor camp? Well, he's not, Conor McGregor's not there, but he's in that.
It's crazy because the last thing I heard, he was going over to TriStar, and I was like, TriStar with Faraz Sahabi, he's good to go there, do you know what I mean? So I don't know if...
Faraz Sahabi is like...
Yeah, he's the
best, the guru. He's probably a good. He's
the cream of the crop.
He's
the cream of the crop as far as training.
Yeah, he's like
as far as what
Freddie Roach's in boxing. He's
as far as
the man.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's one of the top dogs. There's a handful of them, but he's there.
His philosophy on fighting as well is just mind blowing. I love listening to him.
He's got a podcast.
The way he speaks about striking, it's just mesmerising. You just can't stop listening to him.
That's what you like when it's not someone. This is my thing. It's not someone who knows everything. It's someone who can tell you everything in a way for you to learn. I think they're the best people. Sometimes experts are the worst, aren't they? Because they tell you things that you don't need to know, and you like. But then it's when people break stuff down, like some more boxing things I've been watching lately though. But like getting, I thought someone won a fight recently, and I was like, oh no, he definitely won. I even scored the rounds myself. When I went to the gym and we was talking more about scoring, about how point based, how it works, and where the hits count and don't count. I went back, watched the other fight. I had the other guy winning. And I'm not going to name no names.
Because you had a new piece of intel to apply to the scoring system.
But and then does that put all my scoring in the past out? You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And literally, it was a little thing which I didn't know, but I'm not going to throw it in there because you'll know at fight on that, and they don't want to put,
Okay, yeah, I get ya.
But yeah, it's a great fight. Walker versus Spann. It's a get back in fight for Walker and Spann, obviously. It's
and Spann's on the rise. He's on a steady
rise.
rise. I think they've come around the same time. I think Spann might have been in the UFC a little bit longer.
Probably a fight.
But I think with how Johnny Walker's finished his fights and who he's took out,
of course, and his style as well.
He's captivating, and that's why he's took that big leap up. Who knows if, let's say, SpanN did that on his last fight, fought Corey Anderson, who's one of my favourite heavyweights. Yeah. He's gone over to Bellator now.
Who has Corey Anderson?
Yeah, he's gone to Bellator. I can't believe it.
So what happened? I
don't know if contracts didn't work out or
No, what happened with his fight? So he beat him.
Beat Walker. Blachowicz.
Yeah.
So you reckon
got knocked out?
But
Corey Anderson beat Blachowicz, so it was it's 1-1 between them.
Yeah.
He already beat him before, so
Corey
didn't really lose.
Perfectly.
He's drawing with Jan.
He would have been in a good spot then if it was 1-1. If he won a top 5 fight afterwards,
if Jan beats Reyes, there you go.
Trilogy. So I wonder.
That's where you get your trilogy fights.
I'm interested to know what.
Maybe he didn't think he could. Maybe he thought that. Because now I know more about Blachowicz now. Whereas before, has he got a lot better now? Or is it just more that I know more about him due to the height?
Honestly, I think it's just that you know more about him. Because when I was watching him when I first saw him, he was brilliant. He was the same as what he's like now. It's not like he's come on leaps and bounds. Every time you see him fight, he's completely different. Like he was already polished. He was already polished and he was already arrived, and he took out Gustafsson in that fight. So.
And that's a good, was it?
That's a benchmark. Gustafsson 3-4 years ago. That's a benchmark for championship level. He nearly took out Jones. I had him winning the first fight. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I had him winning that first fight. Yeah.
So Jones and Gustafsson.
Yeah.
And was you a fan of Gustafsson at the time? Or
but the thing is,
Jones won that. He's my favourite heavyweight ever.
Yeah.
Just because of his movement. His movement's amazing.
Because I didn't really know him too much before the Jones fight. I knew, again, being new to it, I'd only look at the main events and stuff like that. But so I didn't really know who he was at the time, and I thought, we need to beat him before. This is what they always say about people who fight Jones. This is his main test. This.
Yeah.
And then Jones, it didn't look the same, did it?
No, I think he was one of the greatest fights ever. I really think that. I think it was.
Jones said he didn't really train for that fight anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
But he was such a party animal back then, Jones.
If you're a super talented freak athlete, he might not look like a freak athlete like Brock Lesnar, but look at his family. Did you see his nan after his last fight?
Nah.
His nan,
that tall woman.
His nan was like 70, turned up, had shoulders like this, and was 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
She was 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And I was like,
nah.
Look at the gene pool you're coming from. Like you've got a crazy advantage. He can
slack
off a little bit.
Players, do
you know what I mean? And still. They're NFL athletes.
NFL, mad.
It's like a family of athletes, mate.
Yeah.
Just super freaks.
Proud parents, isn't it?
100.
It's crazy.
Imagine that. Imagine being the parents of them kids, man.
That's mad.
Done wow.
So when's my house coming in, kids?
Yeah.
sort me out.
I literally would walk around just slapping everyone. Doing something, my boys
Oh, man.
Life will be good, isn't it?
That's funny.
But that's so nice.
I think Gustafsson took that. I really do.
The first one or the second one?
The first one. Second one, he got finished pretty bad.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Didn't finish it. Yeah, but his movement's brilliant. He was from Alliance MMA, which is known for their movement. Dominic Cruz is in that.
Yeah,
he's got the best footwork I've probably ever seen in the UFC.
I know him more as a commentator.
Yeah. Funny you say that. I was thinking she moves
she's got
like a cruise sort of movement to her.
Yeah, very well balanced, good in and out, and she was showing them.
And her feints as well were just so quick and I don't think Watson could handle her at times, if I'm honest.
She's.
Sorry, I had that 2-2 going into that. By the way, into the last round, I had 2-2.
Who's that?
Like James says, I wouldn't have been mad. Whoever won, I wouldn't have been mad at either fight.
It was a great scrap. It's one the main event from last week. Yeah, and I love Overkill Hill.
I love having those.
I want her t-shirt, but I don't want the Angela Hill on it. I just want the Overkill. It's a skull with a giant afro with a little comb in, and it's got Overkill on it.
Guys, if you're watching,
go check out Angela Overkill Hill. If you want to look at striking footwork, especially for the ladies, striking footwork, and she throws great punches in bunches, lots of fakes and feints. She come from Invicta, and She was doing fantastic. She come over and she just didn't happen to put things together. Do you know what I mean? And now she's starting to put things together. If I'm going to be honest, I probably would have been slightly biased towards Angela, but watching the fight, I think that Waterson took the 5th round. I do think.
And who actually took it?
Waterson.
Yeah.
But I saw stuff about robberies and this and that. I was like,
that wasn't
He wasn't.
Do you know who writes robbery? Do you know who writes robbery? The person whose favourite. The person whose favourite didn't win. That's all it is, and I'm sick and tired of it. Like in all the sports, I'm sick of tired of hearing about robberies. A close fight, or listen, let's just say a close fight in anyone can still be scored a whitewash. Now, however you want to see it, in boxing, in UFC, if this person wins every single round, only just, he still won every single round. So, and it feels like in the sports, the referees don't want to give them every single round if it's only a close match because they're worried it's going to be looked at as a whitewash. Well, technically it is, but it was a close fight.
If you win every round by a little bit, then you still won every round.
Yeah.
This is why it comes back to it not being the fighter's fault or the judge's fault. Hey, the judges have made some god-awful decisions. But on fights like that, the same with the Holloway-Volkanovski second fight, it's the system. If we was to give,
pissed at that.
Yeah, but
we were to give half points instead of full points.
Some people think he won, innit?
I think it was a close fight. The same with the Angela Hill Waterson one. I think that the rounds that Hill won were definitely more dominant. The first 2 rounds she was dominant. She was hitting her. She was coming forward. She still had the forward pressure in the 3rd and 4th until she got taken down. But Hill's first 2 were more dominant than Waterson's 3. So if I was scoring it, it would have been more of a clear-cut 10-9. Whereas for the last round, it was so close. It could have been a 10-9.5. And that changes the game completely then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've really got to work to win the round. You can't just do a little bit. And I'm not saying Michelle Waterson didn't work. She worked her ass off and she deserved that win in my opinion. But I think the system needs changing. It needs changing.
It does.
Someone said about, I don't know how you feel about it. Someone said online earlier, we've come a long way, UFC. What I would like to introduce is no time limit.
That was the original. The original was no time limit, so a lot of the purists want to go back there.
UFC 1 was UFC 1.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I think if you're talking about excitement, then I don't think it's a good idea. Because to have those 1 minute rests means that a fresher you comes out every round. You 2 minutes into the second round and you 7 minutes into the first round, it's 2 different people. 2 different people. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. And I can guarantee you, if you're gassed, if you're really truly gassed, you're not the same man or woman that you are when you come out fresh.
Yeah.
So I think that the rounds are a great way of keeping it fresh, where people can showcase their skills better.
Well, in boxing we've got like the ladies boxing and the men's boxing. So ladies boxing, they have 2 minute rounds, so they're shorter rounds, but there's a lot more work in them rounds. Like it's bursts.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I like as well. So I'm thinking, I think if you'd have a more of a ball. Imagine Khabib having a no time limit. Smash.
Take you down once, done ski.
Yeah, that's it.
Kamaru Usman, same thing.
Yeah.
Take you down once, done ski. If you can keep him down, then there's no waiting out the time because you've got 140 on the clock. Yeah. And you want to pull guard and wrap them up and minimise damage or try and get a stand up from the ref. It's just, all right, you're in there.
Go.
So it does.
Sorry, Joe Rogan said as well. No cage walls. Just the octagon or just a ring or just a circle or whatever.
I think that's bonkers. I think
he said that's what
he did. He said like have an open football field.
Open fight.
It makes sense for realism, but if you're gonna get realism, you know what happens in hand-to-hand combat? People fucking run. Yeah. It's the truth. If you're getting your ass whooped and you can't see any way of winning, we've got 2 things. We've got fight and we've got flight. And if you think that you're gonna put people in there who are getting dominated, who aren't gonna fly, who aren't gonna get out of distance, whether it's distance 3 meters distance or just run. And wait for him to walk over and get a breather. Like you crazy. I feel like it is a confine, but I think it's a confine for a reason.
But there's 2 different sizes as well, isn't there? So it's quite. it's good anyway. Like
Yeah.
you're getting small. Like what fight? Was Fight Island a smaller ring?
I feel like Fight Island is
Yeah,
smaller.
it is. Yeah,
it is, isn't it?
Yeah, GC was definitely the smaller one.
So like, well, it does favour different fighters as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think grapplers get the advantage. It's
because they ain't got so far to push you to the fence.
Yeah, strikers want mid to long range. If you want short range and clinch, that's your grapplers. Like, if a grappler goes up against a straight boxer, he's going to have a much easier time closing the distance than, let's say, if he's fighting a long range kick out, like someone like Waterson or Wonderboy,
or Stephen Thompson,
who can just be like, nah, get out of
Yeah.
here, 2 meters, you know, that's close enough for me. If you're a Robbie Lawler and you're throwing uppercuts and hooks,
you need to get closer.
It's game time for the grappler, you know. So it's tricky.
So the next fight on this.
Speaking of grapplers,
is it Chimaev? Yeah.
Chimaev, yeah.
Versus Meerschaert.
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 Yeah, GeraldMeerschaert.
Never. What do we call him?
G3.
G3.
Yeah.
There's always the triple G's. And
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, so the hype train.
That's an interesting fight.
This is a good one, and I think this is going to be a test because G3 is all of 185, and he's been in it for a hot minute. He's got he's got a big record. He's got so many fights. He's also got losses as well.
Very experienced.
Yeah, but the losses all come into experience. You know what I mean? When you speak to him, they say you learn more from your losses. So he's got a few of them. He knows where he's been wrong and where he hasn't. I'm not trying to discredit Chimaev, but the guys that he fought before are not the level of G3. So,
has he got any big wins that you know about?
I can't think person for person, but if you're talking about submissions, he's got a gang of submissions.
Yeah.
Against quality opponents. He is the guy who will sub you off of his back, no problem. So it's interesting to see someone who's gonna, we think he's gonna implement a heavy top game, much like Khabib, to someone who's got all the tools to dispose of you once you get there.
Is this like the same? Shouldn't they really make the comparisons? But you know when you had like Khabib, was it versus Max Holloway? Was it? Well, no, what was it? No, Ferguson. Yeah, sorry, Ferguson. Always get them two mixed up. And do you know what I even said to Dave the other day? I was like, I want one of them to retire. I constantly get them mixed up, Max Holloway and Ferguson, forever I've done.
Do you reckon a similar skin tone, similar frame, to be fair?
I don't know, we just, every time we speak about him, like, if it's not that one, it's that one, but yeah. So like, you know, like the way they were saying, if Ferguson gets Khabib, if Ferguson's on his back and it's alright because he can deal with Khabib. So it's the same sort of scenario here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas I never meant to make the comparison with Khabib and Chimaev, even though everyone is now, aren't they?
It's blatantly there. I think
they do look like it. I think it's got the same beard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's hairstyle.
And I think
skinhead, isn't it?
the fight style as well.
Haven't they?
Yeah.
Dagestani.
It's not even. It's from Sweden, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
He fights. I seen footage of him fighting with Gustafsson.
Yeah.
He's out of Sweden, which is crazy. He dropped him with a body kick. Like, fair play. But
some people would say that was a low blow, but I think it was a body kick.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it closely, but I just remember seeing a clip and being like, oh.
But are they like though just a training fight though? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
a spar. Yeah. Playing around, he looked like he eating clean. But
he literally dropped like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
But
I think it's their fight styles that make them so comparable. Do you know what I mean? It's top pressure, heavy ground and pound. It's the opposite of lay and pray. It's I'm gonna get you down and I'm gonna punish you. I think a lot of people think that just because a fight's on the floor, that it's it's boring. It's not. Marevashvili, he's the same. He'll get you down. He's not looking to sit around on you for 3 minutes and win a round. He's looking to punch your lights out. Smash. So it's going to be a good one. This is.
And are you believing the hype? Oh, we have already spoke about it. It's like a bit of Dave. We spoke about it a bit earlier, didn't we?
I'm a bit.
We'll see after these two.
Yeah, like he's shown that he can hang. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm just not on this one like I was with, let's say, the Johnny Walker one. I think Johnny Walker, by the way, in the right camp, with the right tutelage and a bit more time, he could be world champ.
Yeah.
Even after his knockout loss, yeah. I really believe that.
I love him. I think he's amazing.
He's great.
So should we just move on to the next one now?
Yeah, let's do it.
The Cowboy versus Price.
This is going to be the...
Like I said, I think they're looking at Cowboy as a little bit of a gatekeeper now. Price is obviously up and coming. He's just a mercurial talent in my eyes. He's a really good fighter, yeah. I just think they're giving him Cowboy to see how he fares.
It's because the CV is that level, like, you know what I mean?
And to get him on the CV, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You got beating Cowboy on your CV.
It's always when you put like a vet against a newer fighter that you're going to get that changing of guard.
Yeah, talk. I feel a bit sorry for him now.
But like, shall we go back to when Alexander Hernandez said to Cowboy, I'm going to send you back on your geriatric ash and whatever. Cowboy cleaned him out, executed him, mate. But showed him there's levels to this game.
Yeah, there really is.
Yeah.
You know, come back when you've got the tools.
I feel sorry for him at the moment because it feels like he's had a lot of hard fights.
I think he needs to retire.
Yeah, well, I think the article, online what they're saying is that maybe this is going to be his retirement fight.
It should be, and he's got enough, mate. He lives the life, you know. Like I said in the last time, he lives the life.
Well, I don't feel like there's anything. This is what he enjoys, though. I don't think he's doing this for money anymore.
That's true.
I think the reason he's fighting NikoPrice is because of who he is. He loves fighting. He enjoys it. He's not worrying about pushing up the rankings and having to get that gold. He's fighting because he loves to fight. Excuse my French. He loves to fight, and he likes to challenge. And this is a tough challenge, NikoPrice. He's all guns blazing, super aggressive, quite unorthodox.
He's ripped.
Yeah, he's not looking. He's got that long and strong frame.
He's ripped, man.
He's not looking to play games. So this could potentially be a bad matchup for Cowboy because we know that Cowboy's hot and cold. He reminds like him and OSP are put in the same category. They're hot and cold, depending on where their mind is.
OSP.
I've been St. Peru, 003.
003
OSP. Yeah. You know who it is. OSP. He's another favourite. To be fair, I didn't realise I enjoyed this many light heavyweights until I'm talking about him now. I love OSP, and on a good day, he could take anybody out. He's got a left kick of death. He's got a left kick
great
of
athlete.
Death. He'll open a black hole and just send it straight through.
Mm-hmm. He's an athlete as well.
Yeah. He's an athlete.
Because he was a football player.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And with Cowboy, once he gets a flow, if you let him rev it up, he's like one of them cars on the computer games. His acceleration 0, but his top speed's like that. So if you let him get a bit of momentum, he'll just run with it. And NikoPrice is the opposite.
Yeah.
He's a fast starter. A lot of his fights are finished either in knocking out or being knocked out. In the last fight, he got finished by Vicente Luque. How would you say? No loss. Yeah. He's still getting stuck in that fight. Do you know what I mean? Vicente Luque is a monster, absolute monster. And he finished Randy Brown off of his back with hammer fists up against the cage, which you never ever see. So
off his back.
How much
hammer fisted him?
How much power do you think you can get off your back in a hammer fist?
That's crazy.
Just think of that.
Yeah, took out Randy Brown with hammer fist. So he
was a knockout.
Knocked him clean. He's not coming for cupcakes and mini rolls. Like, he's here to take you out, man. Like, it's not a picnic game with NikoPrice. So I like NikoPrice. I like just watching him fight. He's another one of those guys like KevinHolland. I just enjoy watching them.
Yeah.
But with that freedom, with that wildness, you can go one way. You can either go fundamentals, which could potentially end up being a boring fight, as some people say, and then you've got the free people who they take the risks. They get dropped by Anthony Pettis and have to fat roll their way out of there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I might be wrong about this card, but I'm sure if it's not this, it's the Khabib one that's coming up. But I'm sure it might be this.
I hope this is this Saturday.
I think it is Saturday. But I'm sure the times. Sure, it might be good times for us.
What do you mean?
Like a UK time.
Yeah, like a UK time, and it's afternoon in America. It's either like don't quote me on this, but if it's not this one, it 100% is the Khabib one. It's just I can't remember which one I was reading about.
In the daytime, we could definitely try.
And that's what I'm saying.
That would be fun.
We'll defo do a fight companion if this is on in the day. There's no doubt about that. We have to.
I'm down.
But then the headline act, the main card, the top echelon. we've got Covington versus Woodley.
Oh, man.
A year late, like we said, but it had to happen.
Been waiting for this one for a while.
Yeah.
You think it's lost a bit of its...
A lot of shit talk.
I think it's lost a bit of its...
It's time to get down to business now.
I don't. I think before Usman or after Usman, I don't. I still think Woodley hates his freaking guts and he still wants to take him out. The thing is, he's been on a little bit of a skid. I hope that's put a fire under his butt because he's off doing the rapping and the bits and bobs. Like, we understand you need...
We're getting rapping and we're capping and rapping.
We need to have things outside of... Well, fighters need to have things outside of fighting because you won't be fighting forever. You're not going to be fighting at 53 unless you... Ken Shamrock and... You know, but most people aren't going to be doing that. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to, you know, jump onto the next rope or transition. I feel like he did it a bit early. You know, doing the acting and all that. Like, he's still at the top of his game.
He was prime, weren't he?
Yeah. So I'm hoping that these two have given him a kick up the arse, tell him to leave everybody alone and just get back in the zone to do what he does. Because
and
when
let
he's
your
on, he
freaking
can't
hands
take
go.
people out. Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like... You remember when, like, oh, you say, I love Woodley and that. And it's not
it's
like...
like he had rusty cogs or something in his shoulder.
Like, he's not throwing punches as much, was he? And like, the Woodley that I liked was the Woodley that was...
Explosive.
Explosive, throwing punches. And that. The ones I've seen in the past, so many fights, I've just seen he's like wrestling, but he's losing.
Yeah. And I hope he doesn't give him a low blow on purpose.
Oh, okay.
I really hope he doesn't do that.
Oh,
Woodley
you think he's going to take it dirty?
Yeah, Woodley even said, he said, I hate him that much. I'm considering to just kick him in the balls.
Oh, is that what he said?
That's what he said. Said that's how much he hates Covington.
That's a funny one. I don't think he'd...
I hope he don't do that. I hope he don't let his emotions get...
Unless he does it straight from the beginning. You're giving me
That's what I mean, man. See, you don't even know,
I reckon
do you?
he just tries to mount him and drop the 12 sixes in. I'm joking. I'm only messing. I think this is a crazy one. This is a matchup of all matchups.
It's a good for both, really, because we know Woodley's at the end now, don't we? We know like he's not going to stay for. He's not going to. No, I don't mean at the end as in this is his last fight, but he's only got. He's not going to.
He's not going to be here for another 7 years.
Yeah. And I feel like with Covington, with his loss against Usman, I feel like it. You know, it ain't humbled him, but it's humbled the public about him a bit. You know, as in they're not seeing him as like the world beater as much now. Yeah. So he's a little bit down. So I think this by beating Woodley will keep him in. So by saying that, are you saying that you've got Covington to win this fight? My heart, you know, truthfully, I'll be honest, I want Woodley to win, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I think Covington's just gonna do it.
Take it.
Yeah, I just feel like I
don't think Woodley can handle the pressure because let's face it,
I don't think the
pressure
Woodley
fighter.
can.
No, he can't. I think that the pressure that Covington gives is a bit too much for Woodley.
It's hard
unless he's trained and dealt with it.
Yeah.
I can't see it otherwise. Like, I can just see.
This will be
being on him.
Yeah, it's weird because like Covington's a wrestler, but everyone talks about his hands. And if he wasn't a good wrestler, like a big time hustler with the wrestling and scrambles, this could be bad for him. You know, he presses forward a lot. He throws a lot of punches. He's got really good high volume compared to Woodley's very low volume. Woodley could take him down and have top control. I don't think that's the case. I think he's got wrestling chops for days, and I just don't know how I see Woodley winning this. I think he's going to get overwhelmed.
I think that thing with the wrestlers, what we spoke about before, whereas a lot of fighters who fight against them, they expect the takedown, so that's why the shots are getting off more. There's like, I feel like someone like Conor McGregor has to be that level of striking because they're expecting the strike constantly and always know what's coming exactly, but they know it's a strike.
He's not shooting many double legs, is he? Let's be honest.
Whereas Covington does, so he's like, what do you do? So, but now he's just constantly wrecking your head because he's only throwing punches. Yeah. I reckon they didn't. Him and Usman, I reckon they didn't take each other down just out of principle, really.
I honestly think that Usman just did a good job of imposing his game on Woodley. A lot of it was up against the cage, wearing down and slowing down. Same with Masvidal. It wasn't a Covington fight. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Because I feel like Usman knew that he must have had the confidence to go toe-to-toe with Covington, and that's why he played out the way he did. He didn't feel that with Masvidal, and he didn't feel that with Woodley, and that's why he put it up against the cage. It's not that it was two of that one and one of that one. That was all 3 fights. Usman took the fight exactly where he wanted to take it.
Yeah.
And that's why he's the champion right now.
He's my favourite, to be honest.
Who was
at the moment, yeah. I just
Yeah.
feel like... And the reason, do you know what? It's more of a heart thing, you know, because of the hate he gets. And I think I just feel like, why? Like, I do get it because when I first got into UFC, I was like it, weren't I?
It's the casual vibe.
But I just feel sorry for him, man. I just think like these are the best. Unfortunately, you might not knocking everyone out every fight, but this is it, man. These are wrecking, but these are making fully grown men lie on the floor and go, I just don't want this. Do you remember Barboza? Before that Barboza fight with Khabib, Barboza was like, he kicks, he's gonna knock everyone out of these kicks, no one getting close to him, this Barboza. Did you see him in the fight? He literally was looking at the camera and he was just like, what am I doing now? Yeah. Like, his eyes were wide, like that, and he was just, I was exhausted. He was just done, and I just think...
I think a lot of people who trash talk are people that have never done it before. Once you grapple someone and you grab a hold of someone and they take control of you, you realise immediately, oh wait, I can't get up if I want to. If I want to go home and have my lunch, I've got to ask permission, because I can't get this guy off of me. And it's not until you've been there and you've been drowned or out grappled like that, or manipulated in a way that you don't want to be manipulated in that grappling scenario.
Yeah.
You'll never get an appreciation. Well, not to say you'll never get an appreciation, like it instantly gives you an appreciation for that side of the game. So I reckon every person in the comment section talking about how trash it is, they need to go and do either a BJJ class or a wrestling class, and you'll find out very quickly.
Suddenly it shoots in your brain that like, oh, I'm being controlled here. I'm not controlled where I can stop it if I want to. I'm basically a controller pad to him.
Yeah.
It's not nice. It's not nice.
Should we make some predictions before we go there?
Come on then. Well? Let's wrap it up.
You know I don't like doing predictions.
Come on.
Come on.
I'm all in.
Well, we'll start from the bottom then. So I don't know Holland and Stewart, and
I'm gonna go Holland because he's from there.
Stewart?
No, I'm Stewart because he's from the
UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going for the UK for
the heart wants
the dentist.
Okay. I feel like Holland is going to take it off of his ability to scramble.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
Walker Spann. I know Walker, but I can't make the decision because I don't know Spann.
I'm gonna go Johnny Walker just for redemption. Not redemption. Just to say I'm back.
I think, mate, my heart's with Johnny Walker. I don't know why. I just want him to succeed.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a pick 'em for me. Honestly, a pick 'em for me. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
No.
Right, and so Chimaev versus 3G. I'm down for.
I'm gonna go 3G.
I'm gonna go G.
G3, sorry.
G3, sorry, 3G.
I'm going
G3.
Meerschaert.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, no, well, I'm
purely because of experience, and he knows what he's dealing with.
Lads. I'm on the hype train. I'm taking Chimaev.
Okay then.
And Cowboy Price.
I think Price has got this, unless you see a Cowboy Alexander Hernandez situation again, but I've got Price.
I think the skill difference between Nico and Cerrone is quite big. I feel like Cerrone's so much slicker and tighter.
Price
but Nick, he's so aggressive.
He's so strong.
I'm gonna go with Cowboy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Cowboy on that one.
Yeah.
Alright.
I feel like he's gonna run into a head kick. I feel like Cowboy.
And everyone knows
Cowboy's got a big NikoPrice fan.
And if he gets this, and it'd be nice to ride off into the sunset with. Literally, right. Yeah.
There you go.
That's a good one. And then the last one, we can all do one of these because I've been Covington, Woodley. Again, I've already said mine. My heart's with Woodley, my head's with Covington. I think Covington's going to take
Both is with Covington, man. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think Woodley's a shadow of his former self, if I'm honest.
I feel like it's annoying for me because I weren't into UFC when Woodley, I watched him when he was champion and still then, but I mean, I weren't
I just feel like everyone's figured his gameplay now.
Yeah.
Now.
But you don't do it.
Exactly
You think that's what it is?
I think,
it's like he's not going for that shot anymore, though, is it?
Because they've figured it out. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And that was his only trick, sort of thing.
Yeah.
if you want to say that.
Yeah.
I'd say he's a low volume counter puncher with serious power. And if you do one thing as a counter puncher, you need someone to run into you. You need someone to be bringing shots at you. If you
need that slipper.
If you can fake your way in and bait that out, or if you play a slower game like Garbrandt did against Dominic Cruz, that's why it didn't work. He didn't give him all the aggression.
We got that guy. Yeah, so
I got a couple. I got another 5. I got 5.
You got Woodley there, ain't you?
Yeah.
There was some because there was.
No, I got Covington.
Oh,
I've got Covington.
Sorry,
let's talk about the future fights.
Future fights.
Yeah.
I've got a few here which we can reel off. I think we've already got some on this card. So obviously we've got. Should we just? Well, I think we've already spoke about it loads.
Should we quick fire them?
Quick fire them. Adesanya Costa. Cannot wait, lads. Cannot wait. This guys.
This is
where Izzy gets put to bed. Izzy's getting put to bed.
I mean.
What do you think, lads?
Me, my heart's with Izzy. 1000%.
Yeah.
My heart is with Izzy.
Your heart is.
My head.
He's with the meme
He's
machine.
with Costa.
I think he's going to give him a tough time.
This is a bad freaking match.
But not a tough time as he know what.
Although I do want
anything
Izzy to win.
It's like.
Yeah, the thing I would say.
That power, mate. That power.
The volume, that Ponte.
And it's the only thing with Izzy though, he's done the Romero already.
Yeah.
That's what I give him
I feel like
the props for.
Yeah, I feel like he's a different animal.
Yeah.
I feel like Costa's a different animal. I don't think Costa's coming to wrestle. He's not coming to shoot into blast doubles. He's not. He's coming forward with hands. He's looking to pressure you on the cage, and he's looking to erase your liver or your jawbone. Like he's looking to just take him out. So I'm interested to see how easy he's going to deal with the pressure and the stature of Costa. It's weird getting in there with big guys with pressure. Like
we got that one September 19th as well.
Costa's going to probably want to make Adesanya feel like claustrophobic. That's how he wants to make him feel. But go on.
We've got Reyes Blachowicz.
Great fight. I think Reyes 8 strikes.
Is that that's for? I was going to say that's for the light heavyweight title. That's for the vacant.
The vacant.
Yeah.
Light heavyweight title.
See, I've got to disagree on that one. I think that Johnny's a sharper striker. That's how I feel. Reyes has got. I think he's got a bigger toolkit. He definitely throws a higher versatility of strikes. But the fundamentals for me, for Jan, and that power, that left hook of death, I think he's going to catch him coming in with a kick if he starts throwing naked kicks. I don't know. I've just got a feeling that Jan's going to take it.
I think Reyes has got a game plan for him.
He's great too, though. Yeah. They're both
great
good champions. Yeah.
Championship material, both of them.
Yeah, I'm interested, but I'm leaning slightly towards Jan.
Spot this on a fight night as well. Ortega versus the Korean Zombie as well.
See how they don't put Jung on that?
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. In our last podcast, we was talking about the fighters. Then we saw some Ortega fighting someone called Jung. We had no idea who he was.
Because that's it.
Everyone knows him as and the UFC even put it on the posters as Korean Zombie.
Yeah, they don't call him. I think it's Chan Sung Young.
Yeah, so I don't know how we got. I don't even know where I had it saved or whatever. I don't know why I had it saved. But that looks like that's his comeback fight for Ortega, but also not an easy comeback fight because you fight a Korean Zombie.
That's someone who walks through shots.
Yeah, he's a vet who's just well rounded. He's got a good grappling game as well. Very underrated.
Yeah.
He doesn't do much wrong. He's not a wild fighter or anything like that. But I don't know. I think Korean Zombie, man, he's one of those guys that just steadily gets better, like RDA did. Steadily gets better, just nice and cheeky.
Because I think when I first heard of Korean Zombie, I don't think there was no hype about him or no one was saying he was amazing or nothing like that. And it seems like as I've started more and more into people, he seems like he's getting more and more of a name himself. But like you said,
he's been around for a while as well.
Slow but steady. Yeah.
I'm gonna probably go Korean Zombie.
I agree.
I'm interested to see what the stand-up battle looks like though.
Because Ortega obviously is BJJ and he wants to take it down.
Yeah, he's got great hands as well.
Yeah.
Well, he's got good hands as well. He's not afraid of fighting. But yeah.
Mack's shown that he hasn't got good hands.
We've hit on this one on another podcast, didn't we? But Khabib versus Gaethje.
My heart Gaethje, but I think Nurmagomedov just takes it, mate.
My head's with Gaethje on this one.
Yeah.
My head is with Gaethje on this one. I think if you're looking at matchups, there's two people in my head since he's become champion.
There's also £10 waiting here for you.
£10?
If you want to take it, I bet.
A £10 bet.
I'll have Khabib.
And the round. Come on.
No, not the round.
Because this is a controversial one, me picking. Come on, Lynn.
That's
We'll
good.
have a cheeky tail in it.
Well, yeah, that's quite good, isn't it?
Alright then, we'll do that.
That's a good
We'll do
one. I like that.
Right.
I
He's
like
got to
it.
pay. He's got to pay up
On cam. Yeah,
on
pay
the
up.
cam.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, then.
So there won't be another podcast for a while after that.
Yeah.
Missing in action.
And then with the next fight, we've got when's this? This is on October the 24th. So we're into October. It's a Whittaker versus Cannonier.
Wow.
I feel like I've made this face 20 times on this cast. Like,
Yeah.
dark horse.
Cannonier is such a dark horse.
He's under the radar, man.
I hear his name.
He's got power as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a monster at 205, and he's come down, and he's just
Carried
and he ain't lost nothing. Some people go down and they lose a bit, like they lose some of their power. He's not one of them guys. He's just
kept it all stored.
Then you got Whittaker, who's just a monster.
I love
Whittaker.
I love Bobby Knuckles, man.
Yeah,
he
Bobby Knuckles, he's wicked,
he's
man.
the man.
He done good, like he done good against Adesanya, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
he did, man. I love his fighting style. He's just
he's very well rounded, great kicks. He mixes in his punches and kicks very
Yeah,
well.
wicked overhand right.
Yeah.
would you say he's an
And also
all-rounder?
left hook as well.
Whittaker. Would you say Whittaker's more of an all-rounder?
Yeah, he was seen as more of a striker back in the day.
Yeah, he
but
was.
he can wrestle.
I was going to say, to be fair, even before I even knew about UFC, well, you know, recently as an adult, like, but he's been in for a while, hasn't he? Like,
Yeah,
a
Whittaker
long
was-
time, like,
Whittaker was down at 170.
yeah, so
Yeah.
as he's got older, he got bigger.
Yeah,
like,
He must have filled out his frame or decided to go up. Maybe the cut was too much for him because the cut can compromise people's chins a little bit as well. So he's gone up to 185 and look at him as a champ now. Well, he's a former champ, even he got the gold. So I don't.
That's
scary. I'll have to do a bit
pick
more
on that
research
one,
into that, because I couldn't pick him because that just shows how good Gerald Cannonier is and where his trajectory is.
And is he young as well? Cannonier? Or
No, I don't
he's
think
been around a bit, hasn't he? But
I don't think he's particularly young. But he's in the mix for sure. I just can't wait for all this middleweight stuff to unfold because there's so many good matchups now. The middleweight division and the light heavyweight division. Like a couple of years ago, I wasn't really paying too much attention.
bantamweight as well.
Bantamweight's the jam.
Yeah,
You know the 135 was.
It's all. Do you know what? It's all good, isn't it? It's actually we can go across the board and go,
You can find great matchups in every
all the way through.
every division, even the ladies division.
Well, talking about that, Shevchenko versus Maya for the women's flyweight.
I just think
title.
Shevchenko is too good for that division.
I don't know. Like, I'll be honest with you. I don't. Yeah. What?
Jennifer Maya, she's good.
Yeah,
She's
good. She's a contender.
Yeah, she's a BJJ black belt. She's quite highly touted. She come over from Invicta as well. She's a former Invicta champion. She's put together some good wins against the girls, but here's the problem.
There's levels to this.
No,
levels.
Shevchenko.
I think Shevchenko in the flyweight division is even worse than Ronda Rousey and the bantamweights when he first started out.
Yeah.
I really feel like the gap is so huge and evident that she'd have to make like a real bad mistake, or she'd have to, have a really bad day, or an accident or something to happen for her to get dominated. Like, she's just the cleanest martial artist there is.
Who other than Nunes has done good against her then?
No. Nobody.
No one.
Nobody.
So,
That's it.
Not even Joanna.
No, Joanna lost against her. They fought early
They
on
fought
in
3
kickboxing.
times in kickboxing.
Yeah, they fought in kickboxing
She
before.
lost all 3 of them.
And
Shevchenko showed them levels.
yeah, Bullet's the one. Like I just
Big
can't.
fan of Bullet anyway.
Yeah, I
Massive
can't
fan.
see her going out. She's my favourite female fighter, and I think she's just got such a crisp and balanced game. I don't see anything else happening. Sorry, Jennifer Maya. Sorry, my dear. But, but it's hard. Anyone going? I think anyone can.
that's credit to
Pretty easy
Shevchenko.
to,
At the end of the day, she's just
predict.
made it better than everyone else. And shit.
I wish Amanda Nunes was a bit smaller. I really do, because I would love to see Amanda Nunes versus Shevchenko at 125. I think it'd be a different ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel a different
Yeah.
ball game. Yeah, I feel like Shevchenko would win.
So the next fight is going to be a bit for the year now. This is the same night.
What we're looking at, man.
Figueiredo versus Garbrandt.
I like that fight. I really like that fight.
There's so many variables going into this.
That is a pick 'em, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is like.
I feel like the physical attributes that Cody's got are like so special. Like the speed,
his boxing,
the power,
crisp.
His crisp boxing.
So crisp.
The only thing is he's got that flaw. He's got the what they call it, the Congo effect.
Yeah.
The Congo effect. He leaves his guard down.
And he's got a glass chin.
Rockhold does it as well. Leaves his guard down every time he's throwing hooks.
Just because I just think that it's a bit. I think, is it training or is it cockiness? That's the question.
I don't think it's training or cockiness. I think he's throwing so fast and moving forward so aggressively. I don't know if it's a balance thing. To bring him back. Like the way he throws his hooks, they just come out like. It looked to me
faster than me.
Just a little bit faster, just a bit.
Jesus.
A fraction.
Just a bit.
No, I reckon he's going to win this fight then.
Who, Cody? You've got Cody, who's the untamed beast from Team Alpha Male. He's also the guy that got beat by Dillashaw twice. Well, got knocked out 3 times in a row. Then you've got him with Mark Henry now, who's an absolute genius of a trainer. Yeah. He's in there with Firas Zahabi with the Golden Boys. I'm going to call them the Golden Boys. The Golden Boys. The Cody that we've seen against the Sunstar was impeccable. Movement, the shots, the selection. He'd come out though. The old Cody would come out every now and again to brawl. Which Cody's turning up against Figueiredo? I don't want to see the brawling Cody come up against Figueiredo.
I want to see the calculated Cody against Asensio that blew his head off.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And I want to see him take out them shades of the old Cody. Yeah. I don't want to see that old Cody in there.
The thing is, I think it was the old Cody that got the knockout.
Yeah.
Leaning on the fence and swinging an absolute Hail Mary. Hail Mary from his nan's back garden to take him out. I don't know. It was a beautiful because he tricked him into it. He did bait him into it. So I don't know if that was calculated or if that was old Cody just coming out and wanted to kill him. Because that punch looked like he just wanted to kill him. How's the weight cut going to do? Going down from 35 to 25. It's not like going from 170 to 160.
The lower weight, losing more weight, it's a lot harder than the higher weights, isn't it?
Because £10 for a 135 is a massive percentage of your body weight. When you're in the higher, it's not as bad. It's bad, but it's not as bad.
It's a shit.
Yeah. It's a big boo. And let's not write off Figueiredo. He's got stopping power for days. Even coming through the ranks, watching every single one of his fights. What
was his last fight? He had controversial, wasn't it?
Benavidez' second fight. It was a public, like, it was so bad.
Yeah.
So, like, I felt
wasn't that a second? Wasn't that a rematch?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Benavidez was talking about what he was going to do to him.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard the interview and you could see that he wanted to get more aggressive with him, I was like, this is not what you want to do. You need to get on your bike and get moving. Because there's certain people you can't fight fire with. This is one of those guys.
Definitely one of them.
If old Cody comes out at a lighter weight, which means you never know how the weight cut's going to do him. He could be more susceptible. Look at the TJ Cejudo fight. He could get starched. He could get absolutely starched. So it's all a matter of, is he going to do the weight cut well? Is the old Cody or new Cody going to show up? And I feel like Figueiredo's just going to be on point. So, man. Safe bet would be Figueiredo, if I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to say Figueiredo as well.
Yeah.
That's a crazy fight.
I thought we was on about this earlier. I'm not 100. So we got Blades versus Lewis.
Yeah.
UFC Fight Night on the 28th of November.
We're ridiculous with these fights.
We're putting the welterweights here, lads.
That's it. So this is just a little taste of what's coming. Obviously, there's going to be lots to come in between, but these are just some.
I think Blades uses his wrestling and just takes him down.
I'm interested to see because Lewis is deceivingly athletic. He looks like a big roller, and then he whips up them high kicks.
He threw his head kick.
Yeah, he whips them high kicks out of nowhere.
It's out of nowhere though. It's like whoa.
Yeah, they just come out of nowhere, and I'm thinking like when his takedown defense is like that as well. He pops it out of nowhere. It's like he activates it and it's just there. So I'm interested to see how Lewis is gonna deal with Blades' double leg.
Yeah,
because he's got the double leg of all double legs. Like he's up there with Georgie's double leg. Like it's just like he's horizontal in the air like Superman. I love both of these guys. I love both of them.
I think I agree with Dave on that though.
He's like a heavyweight Jordan Burroughs. That top blade.
I don't know.
If you know who Jordan Burroughs is, anyone one of the best wrestlers that ever graced.
Yeah,
wrestling.
I would probably go with Blades out of consistency. Yeah, and Blades has got.
As long as he don't get. Who beat? I can't remember. I'm not sure who had the loss to.
If he doesn't get the takedown, he could be in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like he has to take
I think Lewis
down.
is a way better. Not a way better, but he's.
But this is like if it comes to striking, you can see Lewis winning this. If he takes him down, it's Blades is to lose. I'd say.
That's another pick up for me.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Oh no,
both these guys coming up,
these
these are my top 2 guys. So to see them finally fight is like, and to fight high up, I was like, these are the 2 guys I'm looking at that I'm thinking are gonna touch the top 5. So I know. And
now they're fighting each other.
I know Blades is. I can't see which rank Lewis is, but he's up there. So it's so interesting to see these guys match up against each other.
It's annoying when to people you're watching go up the ladder and then you're like, oh, they've got to fight.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like I don't want either of them to lose.
So
this is weird. It's gonna be.
I do like Blades though. He's not like. He's not horrible, and he's a nice person.
Yeah,
you know
he's
what
a
I mean?
good guy.
Yeah, and that's what sometimes when you watch these, it's not always about the one who's gonna just smash me, cheeky and shout and stuff like. Sometimes he's a nice guy you look out for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Blades is that guy.
Who was we on about last week? Was it? Who lost? And he was like, oh, I didn't want him to lose. He's my boy, and that just because of how much of a nice guy he was.
JDS.
Yeah,
Junior Dos Santos. Yeah.
So just another person, like a nice person.
Yeah. Mad.
Well, yeah, we've got some.
Oh, I can't wait to break down the full cards when these come, because these are going to be underneath them are going to be full cards, so it's going to be good.
These are going to be massive. I can't wait for it to happen. And definitely, guys, we'll be doing a fight camp. Not a fight camp, but we're doing
and we'll try and make that live as well.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
if you can.
Yeah,
so try and get a live one.
Well, we've got one coming up where it's our time anyway, so we can do it in the daytime. Well, I think it's like evening time for us, but we can do that as long as we're off work and that.
Yeah.
And then we could actually, we could do a late night one.
I'm down for a cheeky one. I'm not gonna lie.
We'd have to prepare with work wise and that to get it off and stuff like that. And
I don't know how you're gonna deal with me screaming like a madman.
No, that's cool. Don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna be good. Yeah, I'm down for that. But guys, that was another podcast.
Another one.
Take it easy.
Tosh Coady, Dave.
See you later,
Podcast.
guys.
See you later, guys.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like down below for all the latest boxing news.